Hey guys, and welcome to this tutorial and guide on how to beat the Twin Valiant Gargoyles in the Nokron Eternal City aqueduct. So the trick for this boss battle is to obviously, once the first one you get him to 50% health, the second one spawns in, and these guys have a range of attacks like that magic attack, which is easy to roll away. But the trick is obviously to kill the first one by the time the second one comes in and gets close to you, which is easier said than done. And I've heard people say using range attacks is easier, but because I'm playing a melee build, although I have a bow and arrow and I've tried that, even with the bow and arrows it's pretty difficult. So instead I've been using quick step, the Ash of War, to close the distance between them when I can, because these guys are quite nimble and agile and they can move across the arena quite quick. So I try to close the gap to try and get a few hits off and then dodge or move away and avoid their poison AoE attacks, because if you get poisoned, and unless you have like a poison removing spell or the boluses, it will eat away at your health, and I've been there before. I've just died to that basically. But you can also use the talismans that reduce poison in order to counteract that. The trick is here to get the first one down to as low as health as you can, and then keep targeting it whilst avoiding the second one, which is easier said than done, as you can see, because they move very fast and they can cover a great amount of distance with their thrusts and the kind of lunge attacks. But it is quite easy to roll and dodge their attacks, especially the ones they kind of swing their axe. And you can also block them. Blocking is very good if you prefer to use like barricade shield, for example. But because I've been using quick step, it's also easier to avoid their attacks. I like quick step. So obviously here I'm trying to target the first one and get his health down. And also you want to preserve your flasks of Crimson Tears as much as you can, because the Valiant Gargoyle, the twin blade one, when you get to like a 1v1 situation with him, you're going to need those, because he is a lot tougher than just a normal Valiant Gargoyle. So I'm here again, I'm just trying to take this guy out as quickly as I can, but not rushing, because that's what happens when you rush. You get hit and you waste flasks of Crimson Tears basically. So I've got him down to about a fifth of his health now, and so I might fast forward this until I kill him. So there you have it. I managed to kill the first one, and I've actually gone down to very low health. You can also use the Bestial Vitality spell if you go to Gurrank the Beast Clergyman and give him the Death Roots. He'll give you that spell, and you can use it with the Clawmark Seal and stuff to auto generate your health, which comes in handy. And now that I've got the Twin Blade Gargoyle 1v1 and I don't have many flasks, I've got 4 left, which isn't ideal. But basically you want to avoid his spinning attacks and the one that he charges up, where he'll do kind of like a whirlwind type attack, because that can do a lot of damage. And basically it's the same principle of you can block some of his attacks and roll away and then try and get hits off at him. When he does his AoE attacks, or when he'll smash his axe down and then bring it up from the ground, that's an AoE attack that you'll want to avoid. Other than that, it's basically keeping your distance and then identifying opportunities to hit him, and obviously avoiding the poison AoE attacks, because if you get poisoned and you don't have, like as I said, a bolus or a spell, then basically you won't probably have at this point enough healing flasks to heal while the poison eats away at you, and I've had this happen before. So I'm trying to keep my distance, but obviously I'm getting hit, rolling away. And this guy is tougher than the other guy in a 1v1 situation because of his varying attacks, and because he has the twin blade as well. So the idea is wait for him to attack, and then using quick step, close the distance, get behind him, and then target him. You can also probably, if you're using a ranged weapon like a bow and arrow, you could try and hit him with that, but he is quite nimble and he moves quite fast. With quick step you can close the distance and then you just bash his ankles until you kill him. And it's basically a war of attrition at this point to see who can last the longest. And I'm running low on the flask of Crimson Tears. I've got like 2 left, but you can also use the wondrous physic to enhance your dodge rolls. I don't know if I used this in this run, I don't think so. Maybe I forgot about it, but avoid his poison. I almost got poisoned here, and yeah, I'm gonna fast forward it to kind of the end. The trick is to keep first one isolated, try and get him to as low health as possible before the second one spawns in, and then target the first one, the one with the lowest health, and kill him as quickly as possible, and then move on to the second one. And because using quick step or maybe even bloodhound step will come in very handy. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you next time.